All right, guys, we're back. Just giving first impressions about the Model Y and the Model Y event. We didn't get a chance to get out to the Model Y event. I think this Model Y event, as well as the Semi event, were the two events that we just couldn't get out to just for scheduling conflicts, but we did get the invite. And we typically go to all the events. As far as the event was concerned, it seemed, based on some of our colleagues that have gone out there, friends and such who've gone out there, it seemed pretty par for the course for Tesla events. For those who have never been able to go to Tesla events, they're pretty swanky events in terms of the celebrities that are there, in terms of, you know, popular YouTubers that come out and popular press organizations that also come out as well to cover the events, and then other networking opportunities for you to meet new people, new Tesla owners, and really feel like you're a part of something bigger. So this is definitely events that are definitely fun to be if you can attend. Definitely something for you to check out. Typically, it's just a lot of mingling, a lot of waiting for the event to start. And then obviously once Musk comes on the stage, he presents something pretty cool. And then he basically just takes off with his crew of bodyguards and is never to be seen again unless he goes to a VIP area and meeting with some of the, again, stakeholders such as investors and other celebrities where he meets privately with them. Other than that, again, it's sort of par for the course, but it's a very fun event. If you have a chance to get out to one, definitely check it out. As far as this event goes, it seemed like it was pretty standard, but the reception seemed a little bit lackluster, I think, in terms of the Model Y. Just probably because everyone knew what to expect in terms of its similarities with the Model 3. Wasn't anything groundbreaking design-wise. So I think it just seemed like the reception was a little bit lackluster. Musk seemed in a bit of a different mood as well in terms of how he presented. A little bit goofier than normal, I should say. Just having fun with the crowd, maybe playing off the energy of the crowd that was there. But for the most part, it was pretty straightforward given the history, walking back, talking about how they got to this point with the Model Y, and then of course unveiling the Model Y itself. In terms of the Model Y, I have mixed feelings about it. I kind of like the design. I kind of am not too excited about the design just because they didn't choose to do anything different or innovative. If you think back to the history, the design history of Tesla, you see that they start out with the Roadster, which was based off the Lotus Elise. Then they go into the Model S, which was a very unique design. Some may say it's reminiscent to Maserati, but otherwise it's a very unique design in terms of Tesla and the design feel that they go for. And then you go to the Model X, which was a little bit of a departure because it preceded the facelift for the Model S. So you got a little bit of new age design, something different, something we haven't seen before, specifically with the headlights, which are pretty unique. And so again, it separates itself, in addition to Falcon Wing doors and all that good stuff, it distinguishes itself amongst the other cars in Tesla's stable. Then you get to the Model 3, and that was also great because it introduced, again, new design language, new design features, specifically that front grille and the hood, which was a departure from the new facelift of the Model S, as well as the new facelift or the introduction of the Model X in terms of the design. Again, it also had its individual unique sort of headlights to it. So again, very unique, very distinctive designs that we're seeing. Then you go to the Semi, which is a completely different vehicle, but again, with Tesla's design language on top of that. So that was different. And then at the back of the Tesla Semi, you also have the Roadster come out. And the Roadster, again, completely brand new, not built off any other chassis or platform. It's completely new design for Tesla, lots of freedom, and it shows in the design. It's an amazing looking vehicle, okay? And so those are all evolutions or steps forward in the design process of Tesla, and then you come out with the Model Y, and it's kind of more of the same. No distinct headlights, no distinct features other than the power liftgate, which differentiates itself from the Model 3, but pretty much it's not anything we haven't seen already. And I think that's why there was such a lukewarm reception, or so it seemed when you watch the live broadcast, or even when you watch other people's recordings of the event live. So it wasn't really much in terms of design. I do like some of the liberties that they're taking, where they're giving it some of that accent, trying to taking away the chrome and doing a sort of a factory chrome delete on there. I do like the contrast on the side skirts as well. I didn't like that they took that away with the facelift Model S's when it made it the body color as opposed to what it used to be, which is that little grayish, blackish color, which gave it some contrast and broke up the color a bit. Not a big issue for us because we're doing everything black and it all looks the same, but for people who get colors, that contrasting always looks great. I actually saw a rendering prior to the event that actually wound up looking a lot better than the actual production car, I'll take a look at this one. I don't know who did this, I don't know where it's from, but shout out to whoever did this. This is a pretty good look. Lots of contrast along the sides that you'll see there, but pretty much it's a really good look of the car. It distinguishes itself more from the Model 3, which is what I hope they would have done. Yes, it can be built on the platform. Yes, a lot of the things that they've done with the Model 3 can be carried over, but they should have took a little bit of a liberty to distinguish it and make it look different, other than a taller or fatter Model 3, if you will. Especially with the door handles. Door handles have been problematic with the Model 3 in cold temperatures, icing and freezing and things of that nature. Definitely thought that this would be a good opportunity for them to introduce some new door handles, which again would have been different. Would have been different than the Model S, which is different than the Model X, which would be different than Model 3, as well as different than probably the Roadster as well. So just an opportunity to innovate a little bit and change course to some of the issues that they were having with the Model 3 in terms of design. In terms of the rest of the design, I think it looks good. I think it looks pretty good. The chassis again is all the same, but anyway, you can see I love the rear diffuser. I love that contrast. That's a good touch to the Model Y, and I actually like the Model Y as a standalone vehicle. I feel like if I saw the Model Y before the Model 3, I would like it a lot more, but I just feel like after seeing the Model 3, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. But overall, I think it's going to be a good selling car. That midsize SUV is a nice prime market to give an SUV from Tesla that doesn't have the Falcon Wing doors, something a lot of owners have been asking about. I personally like the Falcon Wing doors, but again, nice solid lines, nice good look. Again, just nothing we haven't seen before. But just looking at it blank with a blank slate and clean eyes, it looks great. It looks great. It's a unique SUV. It's all electric. Not sure about that third row of seats. I think it's just something they tried to cram in there. The headline is too low. And that's reminiscent to all the cars in that segment with the BMW X5 and X3 and X6 series, as well as Mercedes cars, SUVs as well. That low roofline, that sloping roofline makes it pretty much impossible to get adults in that third row. So they probably shouldn't even try it, but it's good to give it for those who want it, who want to put kids or small adults in the back. They could do that. But overall, very nice to see. Inside seems identical, so not much to talk about there. But for the most part, the design-wise, I think it's good. I think it's a good offering by Tesla. I kind of just wish it would have came before the Model 3. I feel like if it's more expensive than the Model 3, it should have came before the Model 3, so that Model 3 can absolutely be that lower entry to market. But I understand the plan they laid out. I understand the goals and objectives they're trying to achieve. But just from a practicality standpoint, it probably would have made sense to make this Model Y first, then make the Model 3 afterwards, to make sure the demand is there. Right now, with the Model Y coming later, you're going to take away from the demand of the Model 3, I think. But otherwise, it was cool. The event seemed to be cool, but again, it's a little bit lackluster, and compared to the other ones, if I had to rank them, I would probably go Model S, obviously number one, had the most impact. I would go Model 3, which was also a good event. Lots of fan reactions from the debut of the car. Then I go Model X. Then I go Semi, and I only go Semi because not everyone was really interested in the Semi. It seemed like a good event. I have lots of people who were there who gave me feedback on it. Thought it was a good event. It wasn't until the Roadster Surprise that made it an even bigger event. So that kind of wasn't planned from the viewer's perspective, but it was still a good event. And then obviously now the Model Y with a little bit lackluster in terms of the reception, because again, everyone knew what to expect. There was no surprise as there was in other cars. So otherwise, those are just my quick thoughts on the Model Y. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.